Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Teresa Crawley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Fredrick, Colorado. Today I'm going to be showing you a really cool 2026 Renegade Valencia. This is a 36SB floor plan. The reason that I like it so much is one, Renegades are great quality. They're always a great build, but this one is really small. This is the smallest you're going to be able to get in a Renegade right now. So 36 feet for those of you who want to be able to go to national parks or parks that have a length limit. This is going to be a good one for you. We still have the ability to sleep at least 5 people in here. And then all of the necessities you would need for any camping trip. But we also have some really great extra features that we'll talk about here. We have upgraded, instead of the traditional AGM house batteries that are going to be normally included in these standard, we upgraded to 3 lithium batteries in here. We also added 3 200 watts each solar panels. So we've also got a standard Starlink on here already mounted on the roof, so that's going to provide all your Wi-Fi, internet, streaming services, etc. So all that stuff that you used to have to add dish network or DirecTV, have a satellite for this, a satellite for that. It's all in one now, and it's just working really well for our customers. So we included that already. This is built on the Freightliner S2 RV chassis. We have the Cummins ISB 6.7 liter, 360 horsepower, 800 foot-pounds of torque on the engine here. 12,000 pounds of towing capacity. So anything that you want to bring reasonably is going to be easy to do. If you wanted to tow a pickup or a big boat, even a couple horses in a trailer, things like that, you should have no problem whatsoever in this coach. But it's also really beautiful and really well made. Unlike a lot of competitors in the Super C market, Renegade was the first. They invented the Super C, and they still build a really stout motorhome inside and out. So let's dig into what makes it that way. We'll start over here in this kitchen area. We have a solid surface countertop. So it's really good looking, really sturdy, nice, like what you would have in a home. We've got a nice little flip up place here. So you have a little bit of extra counter space to prep, or if you're going in and out of this door, you can grab beverages or food, whatever it is you're doing, and then this can just tuck right away. This year, Renegade changed some of the faucets and handles, and it's just a really cool modern look. I like it that, they're starting to get more into the aesthetic vibe here, and they did a great job this year. Here we have your stainless steel sink. And it's a really good deep sized and not divided. I know some people really hate it when it's divided. We're winterized right now because it's obviously winter in Colorado. And that's why we have paper towels everywhere, but we got a little sprayer here included. And then when you're done using that, you can either tuck these under the sink or just put them back into place. Back here, I want to show you how all of the windows back of the cab open like this, so that if it's raining or snowing, you can still have that cross breeze going. That's a nice feature. And then we have a day shade on all these windows, as well as a full darkening night shade. And those are really nice MCD roller shades there. So one of the things that Renegade is most known for, touted about, is their cabinetry. They do a solid wood. This is not wrapped. There's no stickers. These are going to come out in 10 years looking pretty much the same as they did today. They really hold up over time. They're well made. These dual hinges make a big difference also in the longevity of them staying in the right place, meaning they're not going to squeak and start falling out of adjustment easily like other brands definitely do. Down under here, they've included a wastebasket and a little shelf there. Up here, some really big, deep storage. And then, of course, we have your convection microwave oven right here. So you can bake in here. Motorhomes are really going away from having ovens included. One, they don't cook very evenly. Two, they heat up the coach pretty bad, especially in the summer if you're trying to bake something. They're just not very efficient. So they're going to this convection in almost everything I've seen, but especially the higher end ones. So you're not going to see ovens very often. However, a lot of them are going away from having a propane cooktop, but this one still has it. For those of you who like to cook on gas, that's going to be here for you. 3 burners. And then of course we have more storage, and you'll see these are solid wood, dovetail construction, and also soft closing. So really nice cabinetry here. Oh, this one has a lock on it, I forgot. But then we have these removable pieces that you could put baking sheets, cutting boards, or even these covers in those places if you chose to. If not, you can just remove those and have it for storage. And then you can lock that back into place so that it doesn't come out when you're going around corners. I don't remember if I showed you this one yet. I think I didn't. So we've got some extra, a filter and things like that in here, touch-up paint. And then another storage place right here. All right, here's going to be your main pantry space. Lots of deep storage here. This one here, it's a fake out. This is going to be your breaker box / fuse box, but easily accessible, so I do appreciate that about it. Up here, this is where you would put any audiovisual equipment, and that would connect to the TVs that are throughout, meaning if you wanted to put a gaming system or you did want to have a cable like a DirecTV, etc., you could put that up here, and it would be able to be read through this glass place right here. Here we have a stainless steel residential refrigerator. It does have an ice maker already included. And this is a really good size. For those of you who have seen the propane electric refrigerators that motorhomes have always traditionally had, they're not as deep as they look. You open the door and it's like halfway. So this really is giving you quite a bit more space. Love that. And then this lock is integrated and it's very simple, so you don't have to worry about it breaking like a lot of them do. All right, over here we have what's an extra sleeping area, as well as obviously your booth dinette. We do have storage underneath both sides of this, and the pads for the extra bed place, if you were to deploy that, that's where these are kept, but you can always leave them at home if you don't need this for a sleeping space. You also note there are 2 seat belts included here as well. So in the back of this motorhome, we have 4 seat belts. So 2 here, 2 at our theater seats. And then these theater seats are kind of spectacular in that they're powered. They have massage and heat as well. Oh, I did the wrong one, sorry. But really, really nice, very comfortable. This fabric is easy to clean, but also soft and durable. So, oh, just so you can see, this is how far back this goes. You could technically sleep here, but I can't really count it as a bed. The other thing you might note, when we walked in, you have your flat screen Insignia TV as well as your sound bar there. And that can be unlocked and moved over to a position that's more comfortable for you to watch. So this just locks into the wall there and then releases by this. And then locks right back into place when you're done with it. Now over here we have a sleeping area. This is a huge bed. I'm gonna say it's probably as big, maybe as a full or a queen width-wise. It has a really nice lit area, a curtain for privacy. We've got USB, USB-C, and 110 outlet there, as well as a little nook to keep things back there. They have their own controls as far as lighting. If they want to turn the ceiling on in this whole area, they can do that. They also have the bunk shade extend and retract. So I'll just extend that so you can see what that's like. So when it's time for bed, or if it's just a really hot day, you're going to want to put that down. To make the bed, you really just pull this piece out and then push that piece back, and then you've got a bed here. I like to keep it open when not in use, because when you're driving, the cab area just feels so open and bright when you're driving down the road. Of course, they also have their own TV back here, so they can watch whatever it is they want to watch as well and be separate from the rest of the family. Okay. Moving back, let's check out the hallway. We of course have these really nice dividing doors that lock into place when they're put in place. They lock into place here as well when they're done, but that's what those look like. And they almost reach completely to the floor, which I always point out because that's really going to help with sound in the coach. I know families often want to get up at different times of the day. We've got our master bedroom back here, our bathroom here, and then the rest of the living area there. So having a little bit of separation and quiet is going to make a nice big difference for you. Here we have washer and dryer, and you can see these doors open really nice and wide. So you can get access to those really easily. Nice to not have to go to the campground. Laundromats, you never know what the person before you washed in there or left in there, rocks, oil, etc. So you know that your clothes are going to come out with just your stuff on there. Now this is the bathroom area. We've got a split shower toilet and getting ready sink area, which I think is great for this many people staying in a coach, or potentially that you can be getting ready separately at the same time. So here obviously we have your medicine cabinet, and it goes back deeper than it looks on both sides. So that's going to give you a lot of storage, even up here to put some things. Those shelves are adjustable as well. And then more storage down in these little areas here. Again, same construction, soft close, dovetails, solid wood. These are the things that I keep talking about because they really do make a difference over time. We get Renegades traded in here frequently because we're one of their main dealers. So people usually will have a Renegade for a while, usually quite a while actually, traded in for a newer model, not because they don't like it, but they use it and love it, so they just end up trading for a newer model. So the point is, they bring them in and they still look just as good as they did when they left the lot. So that is a testament to the build quality right from the get-go. Now moving into the shower area, you can see we have a skylight built in there. That's going to help with light. Also for our taller folks to be able to stand in here comfortably. A little place to sit down. And there is a built-in lock here as well. Locks are so important in motorhomes because these things, if they fly open when you're going down the road, it could startle you and make it a less safe driving environment. It's also just going to damage the components in here. So we don't want things flying around when we're going around corners. But you can see a little seat there, a little place to put your shampoo bottles. And it's a nice sized shower as well. And then lock it when you're ready to go. Of course, we have another one of those doors that slides across. And then we have a porcelain macerating toilet. And you can choose how much water you're using when you flush that toilet. That's really handy in a motorhome, especially if you're off grid. All right, up here, some more storage. We of course have an exhaust fan overhead. Get that steam out of here, a hook for your towels and robes. And then we have water pump switch, and then our fan control and lighting control here. All right, moving into the back bedroom area, we have yet another one of those really nice doors that comes across. We do have an RV king bed. So it's not quite a king, but it's darn close. Lengthwise, this is going to be a king, but widthwise, it's a little bit narrower. I want you to know that there's no storage under this bed, but you have two 75-gallon water tanks under there. The reason that's important is because they stay as warm as the inside of this coach is, so you have less concern about freezing. Those are your fresh again. The gray and black tanks are on the exterior of the coach, but they are insulated and they have heat pads on them as well. So that's going to help you from getting those frozen as well. All right, more storage up above here, and this goes all the way through, so there aren't dividers in there. We do have an outlet back there if you need to plug anything in. And then obviously we've got some reading lights here. You can change color or turn them off completely. Under the bed here we have some important switches. Gen start and stop. We also have the ceiling and reading lights, water pump as well right under there. So if you need those and didn't want to get up out of bed to do the switching, you can do that right there. Okay, now on either side of the bed we have these plug-in outlets as well as a little shelf to hold things, a little bit of space to put things down here, and some more storage on the side here as well. And then on either side we do have a hanging shirt closet, and it does light up when you open it. And then we have 4 of these nice full extension drawers to put your socks and t-shirts and things. So lots of storage in this back bedroom. For a 36-foot long coach, they're giving you quite a bit of storage space here. There's that. Your emergency exit door and another TV that has a release, so you can point it or angle it whatever angle you wanted it to. Here we have another audio-visual cabinet, and I can tell you that because it's this glass here. That means the remote control can be read through there. And then we have some more drawers. These are your big ones. We've got 2 of these really big sized ones. So I have to say, quite a bit of storage for clothing back here. You won't be bringing your ball gowns and things like that, but there's plenty of room for anything you would need when you're going camping. So, all right. I want you to take note of this monitor right here, and then we're going to go look at it again in the front area. This is kind of a big deal that we've got these monitors scattered throughout. They're basically the whole house control here. So we can easily go in and go, oh, I want all the lights on, all the lights off. I can go to the light panel and just turn on my slide overheads, my sofa sconce, etc. I don't think you need a full detailed explanation, but I'm going to turn everything back on now. So then we have our power screen that's going to be able to set up for auto gen start here according to what time it is or the temperature of the coach. You can have that generator kick on for you. And then you can check your batteries. How are they looking right now? We're at 96% right now, so that's fantastic. This is our thermostat screen. We have 2 15,000 BTU air conditioning units that each have heat pumps on here. So we can use heat pump to heat up. We also have furnace or auto here. And then our AquaGo is our tankless water heater that's included on the coach. So as much water as you have, it can be hot water. It's an instant hot system. This is that little fan that was in the toilet room. I can turn it on, off, up, down. And then I have slide controls here as well as awning, leveling. And then this screen is showing you some of the diagnostics and things like that. But what I really wanted you to see is there's a mobile app. You can download this to your phone, your tablet, etc. You take a picture of that, put in the pin. You're of course going to want to change the pin, but you can control the things that are on the screen from your phone. So I went ahead and downloaded that today for you, and I'm going to see if I can get it to work, if I can get this to come on for me. Let's see here. So I'm going to just go to that app. It's going to try to find it. We'll see if it'll work. Searching. Okay, so what I want to do here is put these slides in. The reason that this is important, it's kind of silly to think, oh, I need to do it standing right here when I have this panel over here. There's a couple reasons I would want to do this. One, from the outside of the coach. If I want to put my slide out and I want to make sure that I'm not going to hit a tree or anybody else's coach that's parked too close, any number of things that could be there, that's why you would want to do this. You want to take your phone or your tablet outside and you're going to want to put those slides in. So I'm going to hit this front slide here and I can watch it and move around, making sure that I know exactly what's going on in here. Nice. And that's that. Now I'm going to do that backslide as well. But again, this is so handy if you need to be outside of the coach. You can just keep an eye on what's going on out there. More important, obviously, when you're putting the slides out than when you're putting them in. But still, this is a really great feature. And from this app, I can do some other things, like put my awning in and out, and my window shade. There's some other things that I'm going to see if I can get to that screen. Oh, got out of there, sorry. This technology, you know, it's kind of amazing these days. So then the other things I can do, again, lights. I can check my thermostat, turn it up or down, check how much propane I have. This carries 20 gallons, so right now it's very low, and that's a good thing, but fresh is empty, gray, black, etc. I can change the climate. I can turn on and off my hot water heater, water pump, tank heaters I can turn on. So if I think, oh no, it's getting kind of cold at the coach, I should probably put those on. But I can do all kinds of really cool things just from my phone, and I don't have to be right here in there. So what a great feature, right? So we're gonna go check out the cab area real quick, and then we can check out the outside for those of you who want to check out storage and things. We are big fans of Freightliner here at Transwest. We are one of their elite dealerships, which took a lot of work and a lot of proving ourselves to them to earn that badge. And something that I think is even more significant than us being a Freightliner elite dealership is that we are the only Freightliner elite dealership that is also an RV dealership. So we're a place that you can bring your RV and have it worked on for chassis as well as anything on the interior, and we can do it well and in an expedient nature, or a time period, I guess I should say. So our techs know their stuff, and they will get you answers quickly. Another thing that's really great about Freightliner, we have this 24/7 direct app, or you can call them anytime. So you can talk to Freightliner anytime, and you're talking to guys that they pulled out of their shop, so they know what they're talking about. They've worked on these their whole lives, and they can give you advice on the road. They can get you to the nearest maintenance facility. They can get parts ordered for you in a very quick manner. Those are some of the reasons we love Freightliner. They really, really take care of their customers after the sale. So let's take a look at this cab up here. It's pretty simple, not as intimidating as you might think. But we've got power locks, power windows, heated and power mirrors, and those are just one of the mirrors out there will move around for you. And then we have your light switch here. Over here we have, of course, your windshield wipers and light. And then here we have, let's see, the ability to control this screen here. So if I want to change what I'm looking at over here, I can change that. We've got tire pressure monitoring already integrated, things like that. But you can change what you're looking at, how you want to look at different things. Different things are important to different people. So it's nice that you can customize that to some extent. We do have an air horn on here, as well as your baby horn there. It just sounds so wimpy after you hit the air horn. Over here, the ability to talk on the phone and change your cruise control, as well as what you're looking at over on that screen there. Over here, we have your transmission. This is an Allison transmission, and you can turn that exhaust brake on or off. You can turn the transmission to manual if you so choose. So that's nice to have there as well. This is your air brake parking air brake. So when it's time to go, you're gonna push that in or pull that out. And then over here, just some simple things: ATC spin, footwell lighting, suspension dump, fast idle, so you can get the RPMs up a little bit higher, faster, docking lights. This is your smart leveling system, though, so there's 4 jacks that will come down automatically when you push all level after the power's on, and then all retract when those are done. Those are going to keep you from rocking around when you're parked and you're walking around the coach or it's really windy. It's going to keep you level as well as stable. So that's what the point of those is. This is your Garmin system. This is going to have RV specific navigation on it. Let's see if I can get it to go back. Okay, so what's cool about this is, yeah, you've got your navigation, all of your what you want to listen to, XM radio or your Apple CarPlay, etc. That's all going to be on here. But you also have navigation that's going to be specific to RVs. This is my favorite part about it, though. It's removable. Why is that cool? Because your passenger can type in where you're going or change the station or whatever it is you need done without you having to be distracted as the driver. If, for example, they have this and you really need to turn off the radio, you can still control some of those things right there. So that's nice as well. But that just is magnetic. It hooks right back on. And then here we have a dedicated backup screen. That's going to keep an eye on whatever you're towing or what's behind you if you go into reverse, but also automatically that view will switch to if you turn your blinkers on the left or the right side accordingly. All right, so that's pretty much it for this front cab area. I will tell you these seats are very comfortable. We've got lumbar support and they're air seats, so I can adjust the height of them and the ride of them as well to help with any bumps or things that you're going over in the road. Really, really comfortable seats. They do turn around, but you know, it's not the ideal living room area, but if you do need it, you can do that as well. So I'm gonna put on my Renegade jacket for you and then we can go outside. Just real quick, right at this exit door, we do have another panel where you can hit all on, all off for your lights. You can extend and retract your awning here. You can turn your awning light, porch light, ceiling lights, and cargo lights on from this touch screen right here. We have your inverter controller right here. Battery disconnect for the chassis. Entry step override is going to turn that exterior step off from coming in and out every time you open the door. So if you're camping and you don't want it to come in and out every time you open the door, that's what you're going to do, the override there. E-start is essentially a jump start of the house batteries from the chassis batteries. So if you're running low, you can always use that to get some more power going on. All right, I'm going to bring this just in case. All right, we've got this really cool exterior paint job. It's kind of a gray, but they're calling it a green, and it's new this year. So it's a little different. It's called Atlas. It's not so green that anyone would not buy it because it's green, but it's a really cool gray finish. I really think it's something different, and you'll know which one's yours in the parking lot full of Renegades. Back here, this is the back of your Truma Aqua Go system. If you needed to winterize or de-winterize, that's just where that is. Okay, another thing that Renegade is known for are their bay doors. These are dual latches, very, very heavy duty. You also see that they have a felt carpeting in there. That's going to help with insulation, noise, things shifting around when you're going down the road. This one is kind of one of your larger ones, and it actually passes through to this one next door. So I'll open that one as well. You can get a good view there. This is a great place for your longer items. You'll see that we do have an airline extension there that actually hooks up on the other side in the battery bay. I can show you where that is. And then we have slide locks in case you want to use those. These little ports that you'll see kind of scattered throughout, or if you wanted to plug something in down here, like a refrigerator, freezer, or a smoker. Oops, I did that the wrong way, I think. But anyway, these little ports can be opened up, and you can put those cords through there so that you can close this door and still have power to whatever it is you have down here. And then we have a 110 down there as well. And I'll put that back. Easy to close these doors, and they seal really well. So out here we have another flat screen TV. That's a total of 4 with a sound bar included. This is great for tailgating. Also, if you want to watch a drive-in theater movie style, that would be so fun at night under the stars, I would think. We do have a really nice LED Girard awning. It is quite windy here in Colorado, so I'm not going to put it out today, but you can do that with the touch of your app. All right. Got another nice storage bay, and then next door we've got your 20 gallons of propane. This does include a quick connect, and what that means, that's your quick connect down there. If you wanted to hook up a grill, you can do that really easily without having to fuss with it. It'll just feed directly from that propane tank. All right, coming around to the back, we have this one-piece fiberglass piece. Really, really nice. Backup camera there, LED lights all over. This is cool though. Renegade makes it a separate piece for the bumper because most of your accidents are going to happen in this area. That way you don't have to replace or repair this whole thing. You've got this one little piece that you can replace quite easily or repair. We do have your 7-way pin already integrated here. And then we have a 12,000 pound towing capacity. This is your receiver, and they give you a couple of choices for the size of that hitch. All right, this is where your 50 amp cord is housed. They do include a converter if you needed to convert to 30 amp. And this is on an electric power reel. I'm a huge fan of these because when it's cold and wet and they're just covered in mud and dirt, you don't have to wrestle with it to get it back in. These get kind of stiff when they're cold. So it's nice to be able to just push a button and have that wind itself up and you're not having to fight with it. Another one of those ports, so you can put that power cord through there. We also have your transfer switch with surge protector already included in there. Down here we have your Cummins Onan Quiet Diesel 8000. You can start and stop it out here. It's easy to service because it's so accessible. We also have a little place to put a black hose there just to keep it sanitary. You can keep it sealed in that area rather than keeping it in your water bay with all the other stuff that needs to be clean. This is where you're going to put your diesel fuel. It's 100-gallon capacity. We've got these really nice Michelin tires all around. Here's your water bay, and Renegade does a great job at etching the names of everything in there really well. So over time, they're not going to wear off. They're actually part of the metal here. You do have a power rewind water hose right here. Cable inlet if you were to be at a park that had cable. Black tank flush, gray tank, tank dump, black tank dump. And you can check the levels of everything here. You also have the ability to spray water out here, but this is a whole house water filter as well. I like that it's a transparent case so that you can make sure that it's staying clean in there. And then they include a little sprayer for you as well. So really nice, no fuss water bay. Now this is your black tank. Again, we have heat pads on here. We do have a macerator system already integrated. That's why a smaller tube rather than a bigger tube. But of course you can go back to a traditional dumping black hose if you need to or if you choose to. But you also have the macerator going on there. This is going to be your gray tank. Again, heat pad and insulated in there so that that's going to keep from freezing, hopefully, if you remember to turn it on. And under here, just another storage place. And this little piece just needs to be glued back on. Right here we have your engine batteries or your starting batteries, and then we have those upgraded 100 amp hour each 3 lithium batteries. That is such a nice feature. And then way in the back there you can see that air chuck is back there if you needed to fill tires or anything else you would need with an airline that you've already got on here. Great for bikers. Here we have obviously the entrance to that cab area. I like that Renegade does really strong handles for you to be able to get in and out of here safely. Also, the steps are covered in this metal that has holes in it to help with grip, to help clean off your feet. Sometimes these are kind of hard to climb into. As I get older, I understand that more and more. But we also have chassis disconnect right here next to the driver, so that's really handy. So when it's time for me to get ready for the road, I can turn this on. I can also start the engine from right here and continue to do my exterior check to make sure I'm good to go, safe. So that's just where I could turn on the ignition there. And then this is one of the main reasons people purchase Super Cs, the ability to work on this yourself. I'm going to open this from over here. It was a little sticky earlier. So this is on air shocks. It's not hard to open. It was just a little sticky for me today, but you can see that you can access all the things that you would want to check and work on yourself, your belts, your oil, your filters, etc. It's all right here for you. So really well designed, but also safe to have the engine right in front of you. And they just look really, really cool. So anyway, if you have any interest in this or any of our other motorhomes, we do carry all of the Super Cs of the Renegade line. If you want to order one, we can do that for you. We also have quite a few on the lot right now. And again, we get them used, traded in. So if it's not in your budget to get a new one, we're more than happy to sell you a used one as well. So please give me a call. Ask for me by name. I'm Teresa Crawley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Fredrick, Colorado. You have a great day.